Alright, Shalom. This is the I.S.U.P.K under commanding Gen.YAHANNA. As you know, we do classes twice a week now, so you know this will be the Thursday class. So you know, of course, we're gonna do what we have to do, which is go into the Bible, and you know, we're gonna go into prophecies and things that Christians break down, which they don't understand. We're going to go into that, and we're going to also enlighten you on what those things really mean. So before we get into the class, just a few announcements. Do remember to pay your tithes. That's a commandment. That's a commandment like not eating swine, not a man lying down with another man, and also many other commandments. So pay your tithes. That's also a commandment. If you love the I.S.U.P.K, you love the work of the Lord, then paying 10% is the least that you can do. Also on Monday night, we have the radio show hosted by commanding Gen.YAHANNA, where he'll be addressing topics in the Black community and also worldwide events. On a Tuesday, we have the Brotherhood class done by Captain Young. Powerful class goes into brotherhood, how blacks and Hispanics, how we should deal with one another. Wednesday class is the law class, so they're going into the law. So if there's any laws that you've read, you didn't quite understand it, you know me, feel free to present that on the Wednesday class. Now the Thursday class is the scripture breakdown class done by General Hyman. Breaks down anything, you know what I mean, something that you don't understand. You was reading Isaiah, Ezekiel, and you got you know what I mean, you read one part and you just you couldn't even understand one part of it. Then by all means, do present that in the scripture breakdown class. Then the Friday class is the Lashawan Kodash, the Hebrew language, done by General Kubalama. That's another powerful class. If you want to learn your native language, then you know what you have to do. You know what I mean? You're gonna log into that Friday class and you learn Hebrew from the scholars at the I.S.U.P.K. So that's just the announcements. So before we get into the class, has anybody got any questions in the class or even online? We'll get into it. That's all.
Okay, the New Testament, like, what is the New Testament like? What's the difference?
The New Testament.
The Christians, what the New Testament like? What is it?
So basically, the Bible lets you know that basically it'll be that the laws will be in our inward parts. So your inward parts is your mind. So that now before in the so-called Old Testament, everything was very carnal. You just didn't do it. You know what I mean? But now the Most High, through Yahweh, or people called Jesus Christ, the law is in our inward parts, and of course with Christ, him being crucified, that was how we got to get this so-called New Testament. Do you want Jeremiah 31 and 31? Or somewhere around there.
Jeremiah 31 and 31. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord.
So now the Most High saying, behold. So now this is a prophetical event. So the Lord said, behold, meaning look, the day shall come. So now the prophet Jeremiah, he saw a day when look like the Most High made a new covenant. Now for those that don't know, the word covenant just means a agreement. So if you agree with someone, that will be you making a covenant right there. Read that.
Behold, the day is coming, says the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel. With the house of Israel.
So now that lets you know also who the new covenant is with as well, because Christianity and many other religious groups, they like to act like this covenant is for everyone. You know what I mean? If you're Chinese, Arab, Malaysian, you know what I mean? You can also have part in this. When We just read it right now, who this new covenant is for. You can read that again.
A new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Yeah, so now it's letting you know who the new covenant is with. So it's with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah as well. Meaning that's Benjamin and the other tribes, and then with the and then also with the other 10 as well. So that's letting you know that this covenant is for every single one of us, whether you're from Gad, Benjamin, Ephraim, Manasseh. This new agreement is for like every single one of us.
Verse 32. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers.
Now hold on. So what does that part mean? Not according to the covenant he made with our fathers.
See, the covenant, the first covenant was made with a certain set of people. That's their fathers, it's everybody.
That's true, but what would that be called today?
The old covenant.
The old
covenant testament. Oh, okay.
So now that's old. So now that's between the old and like the new. In the time of Exodus, he made it with the descendants of them. He made it with their great. He made it with their great granddads. So with those same ones, they saying, I'm going to make a new agreement. Read on.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord.
Yes, he said, with them, although I led them by the hand apart in the Red Sea, yet my covenant they break. And they did, you read the Ezekiel and then the other books. We sinned, we totally wiped it out, There's laws that we broke where really the penalty is death. If you're serving another God, that the punishment for breaking that law is death, right there. So so we totally messed up the so-called old covenant or the parts of the old testament.
Verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel.
So now, this is what the new covenant is about. And again, it's letting you know it's for the house of Israel. So it's letting you know now this is the new covenant that I'm going to do with these same ones. So that's having an agreement. They totally destroyed it. Now with the descendants of them, I'm going to make a new covenant. Read.
After those days, saith the Lord, will I put my law in their inward parts.
And now that's what the new covenant is about. The new covenant through Christ is these laws being in your inward parts. So now it's not just the Bible says thou shalt not and thou this. Yes, you have to read it to get it in your inward part in your mind, but also you carry that with you as well. I can walk down the street and see something, no, the Bible says that's wrong. And that's the law being in your inward parts right there. Do you understand? Right, just read the rest of that.
And write them in their hearts.
And if you know the Bible, heart in the Hebrew means love, which means your mind. So he's going to write the laws in your mind. So, it's not going to be just very calm and, well, the Bible says don't do this, so I'm not, and walk away. It's going to be your mind, you're like, no, that's evil. I can't rob this brother, I can't do that. And that's you having the law in your mind where you know why it's wrong and that you love the law that much. That's why you won't do it. You won't do it because you just don't want to die. You'll do it because you love the Lord. And that's you having the laws in your inward parts and having it written in your heart, which is your mind.
And will be their God, and they shall be my people, and they shall teach no more every man his neighbor.
And that's key. So does anyone know what that part means? Just because the law is not inward parts doesn't mean I don't have to tell someone what they're doing is wrong. I know some fake Israelite groups read this and they think, we don't need them talk about a King James 16:11 because every man doesn't have to tell his neighbor. So what does that part mean?
Online.
Yeah, see what I'm saying there online. And on the Facebook Messenger, what we just read, what does that mean? Each one just read that. Last bit again.
With a bit more.
Oh yeah.
That will help him out.
Yeah, with that.
And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord.
Now that's the key part. Know the Lord. So now that's why so actually no, I'm not gonna even give the answer. Just stick to the know the Lord part, and that should be it. Let's give you a minute then, of course, we'll answer it. All right, then for time's sake, you have the answer.
Can basically, no one has to, you don't have to teach brothers to know the Lord. You don't have to tell brothers, well, Christ is a black man. You should keep the Passover, you know. You should smoke weed. You don't have to, because that day, everyone's going to be doing it.
That's right.
Not that we're not going to teach the Bible. Of course, you got to teach it. How else would kids know to keep the Passover? You got to teach them. But it means that sense, like, just like how everybody knows Christmas is December 25th.
Right.
Everyone's going to know that you have to keep the Passover. Christ is a black man. Jews are black, and so forth.
Yeah, that's right. So that's how you know the Lord. And in the book of 1 John 3 and 4, it goes, we surely know God if we keep his commandments. So that's how you know God, if you follow his commandments. And of course, to follow his commandments, you have to read about it. I mean, you don't just get raised up to know this is wrong, that's right. You gotta read a manual, and then from then you apply it, and that's how you know. So we will be reading Bibles and Apocryphas, but when it says know the Lord, it means you will know about the Passover, you know about the Feast of Hanukkah. No one wants to go. Did you know that April the 9th is the Passover? Oh man, I forgot. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Why? Because we will then know the Lord. Read on.
For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more.
And that's what the new covenant is about. Once you put down the wickedness that you have done, the Most High, he will remember your sins no more. Meaning all that weed you took, all the homosexuality that you've been in, the Most High, he will wipe that all away. And if you notice, that is specifically just for one race, which is only the Israelites. They ain't for everyone. So the new covenant is for the same one that at one point in time had a so-called old covenant too. If that is it. I think in the book of Hebrews 8, well, 8 and 8, yeah. But there's another one about with the same ones or something like that. It pretty much says the exact same thing.
Hebrews 8, verse 8. For finding fault with them, he saith.
All right, so it says for finding fault with them. Now, I want to see who's awake online. Who's the them? Think about what we just read. So when it says finding fault with them, who is the they and them? I'll give you a minute. Anyone got it?
No, I see.
Let's give it 20 seconds and then roll out. So remember what we just read. So now when we go over here, it says for finding fault with them. So who is the them? All right, no, so according to what we just read, who is the them?
Christians say it's the commandments. So the God found fault with the commandments, but the them is the Israelites.
That's right. So the Most High, he found fault with us. There's nothing wrong with the laws, the statutes, and commandments. In the Bible, it says, "For the law is upright and just." So there's nothing wrong with the law. The them is us. For finding fault with them, meaning us. So what was wrong with us? We wasn't following the commandments. We did not keep the law. So that's why the Most High found fault with us. He laid down laws, statutes, and commandments, and we violated them. We worshipped other gods. We took part in so-called pagan holidays. You mean anything that we was forbidden and it was wrong? That's what we did. So that's why the Bible saying for finding fault with them.
He saith, behold, the days cometh, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah.
Yeah, so that's the exact same thing that we just read. And also, that lets you know who the them is. So if someone says the them is the law, then just read them on down and it's letting you know who the them is. It's the Israelites. The most High found faults with them. Was that your question or was
mine? Mine.
That's yours. Alright, so you swap that. Alright, alright, so in today's class, it's going to be called awake. You know what I mean? Many Christians love that phrase, awake, you're in darkness. And if you was to ask them, okay then, according to the Bible, who is asleep and who is in the darkness, they don't even know, and they get very irate and, it don't matter, we're all asleep and all that stuff. And no, the Bible lets you know who is asleep and who needs to be awake. So in this class, what we're going to do, we're going to go into the Bible, we're going to, go into the scriptures that they like, and we're going to, give you the correct understanding on them. So you can give me Romans 13 and 11. Yeah, Romans 13 and 11. Yeah, guys.
Romans 13 and 11. And that, knowing the time, that now is high time to awake out of sleep.
Alright, so this is what they like to know. Your brother, you need to wake up and all that. But they don't even understand what this is about and who it was written to. Just read that one more time.
Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time.
Alright, so that's key to this. And that knowing the time. So now, what time is it on about? According to the Bible, we're in the so-called the last days. So that knowing the time, knowing that you're in the time where your King Yahushua, he's gonna make his return. Knowing the time that World War III is on the way.
That's
knowing
right.
the time, read.
That now is high time to awake.
Suck it. Now it's high time. What does high time mean? It means like peak time. You know what I mean? It's like it's almost at the end. If someone says it's high time, meaning that it's about to happen right now. If you understand. Right,
to awake out of sleep.
To do what?
Awake out of sleep.
So it's high time to awake out of sleep. Now, people like to read this book. According to the Bible, who is asleep? According to Isaiah, Ezekiel, actually, you know what? From the front, even to the back, who is asleep? Would anyone online like to answer that? But in the meantime, give me Isaiah 29 and verse 9. So according to the Bible, who is asleep? Happens to me too sometimes. Right, let's give you one moment. Then, if not, then of course we will have to answer it. Alright, so right, we're going to read Isaiah chapter 29 and the 9th verse. Now, this is going to let us know, according to the Bible, who is not awake. So where do you get that? Isaiah
29 verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder.
Alright, so now we say, stay yourselves and wonder, meaning look at yourself and wonder, be shocked. Read.
Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine.
All right. So now this is talking about the Israelites saying that they are drunken, but not with wine. So why is the Most High, you mean, saying that we are drunk, but not with wine? Why? Because we're lost. You know what I mean? We're everywhere. Like, look at the analogy. When a man's had a lot, and like, you know what I mean, he's had a lot of wine. For like example, he might walk left a bit, right a bit, forward, backwards, and that's how the Most High is looking at us. This and that we are drunk, but not with wine. Meaning what? First we're into Christianity, Jehovah's Witness, Islam. You know what I mean? We like, you know, drunk all over the place. Christianity, Jehovah's Witness, Africanism. So as a race, it's looking at us going. It's like they're drunken, bit like wine, because they're dabbling about, you know, first Jehovah's Witness, 7 Days Adventist, Egyptology, Pan-Africanism, and any other religion too. You know?
They stagger, but not with strong drink.
And they stagger, but not with strong drink. So first it says wine. So a strong drink today would be like a Jack Daniels or a vodka. That's a example of a strong drink. So you have wine, then you have strong drinks. So the Most High look at us as like a race, because I know online there's one person saying, I've been only a Christian, but it's not just individually talking about you, it's talking about Israel as a race, meaning the Most High looking at us and going, these people like every religion. It's like a man that's like had wine and, you know, staggering backwards first, then he goes right. And as a race, we are in every religion. So that's why the analogy is that we are on like wine and some strong drinks. Read on.
Verse 10. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep.
What has he done?
Poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep.
So when it says in the scripture that we just read, now it's high time to wake out of sleep. Who was that on about?
Us, blacks, Hispanics, in deep sleep, in every philosophy and so.
That's right. So that ain't talking about everyone. Everyone is not asleep. Chinese people are awake. They know who they are. They know which dynasty they once was from in ancient Chinese days and all that stuff. But guess what? There is one race who is lost, and that's you, black man. You're the one that's lost. You're the one that the Most High poured out that spirit of deep sleep upon. That has not happened to everyone, but of course you can relate to that. We done?
And have closed your eyes.
Also, suck it. And he has closed your eyes. Meaning what? You can't see. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Then just a little power trip in.
Oh, this one.
Is it? Like, you know where is it? If there's another one, you can.
It's like
Then also.
I should lift it on. The spare one is there.
Wait. Yeah.
They're close.
So yeah, and it says what? Let me just catch up here. And it says he has closed your eyes, meaning that you can't see. Look around, you know what I mean? Every race hates you, and even till this day, a black man say, no, God loves everyone. Like, someone's eyes would have to be closed by the Lord for them to even say something like that. Everyone hates you. It's not hard to see, but yet that same man say, God loves everyone. You're preaching hate, and yet he's receiving all of the hate. I don't see how that even works. But once you read this, you understand that us as a race, our eyes have been closed. Then you know what I mean? You would understand why. Read that.
And have closed your eyes, the prophets and your rulers, the seers have he covered.
Yeah, the Most High has closed everyone's eyes. The prophets, the people that are supposed to show us what to do, they can't even see. That's why people that, you know, are in a high seat and they lead blacks and Hispanics, they say some of the most dumbest stuff like that don't even make sense. And now you will understand that once you read this, understand that the Most High, he has close their eyes. That's
And like even people look up to like Steve Harvey, they ain't got a clue. Have you heard the shit he says? But think like a man, and you know, they make some coonish comments. Martin Luther King, one of black people's so-called leaders, and he was having sex with white women, for crying out loud, you know what I mean? And integrated us with our enemy. So like, it's true our prophets are just as blind.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, that's in America, but even in Jamaica as well, Marcus Garvey, his idea was nice, but his eyes was shut. He was planning to, what's it called, the Black Star Liners. He planned to, you know, round up some like ships and take them up from Jamaica and the island back to Africa, not knowing that Africans hate us. So what? We're gonna go back in there and what? Because they're not gonna hand you a job. They're not gonna do anything for you. So what? You're gonna be on this boat ride, Jamaica to Africa. That's like a good like 3 weeks on like a boat. And then what? You're gonna go over there only to be oppressed like how it was in Jamaica. Now, of course, once you read this, you understand that, you know what I mean, his eyes was closed. They didn't understand why his idea didn't make any sense. I think not in Demona, in a part of West Africa, you got many Israelites that went back there, and when they went there, they threw their passports on the beach, like, yeah, we're home, boom. And then you gave it 3 weeks. Those same people was on the beach looking for those passports. They were on the beach, you know, in the sand looking for it. Why? Because they wanted to go back, because those same Africans hated them, and you know what I mean, they were being treated badly. So on that same beach, they threw their passports away. They were on that same beach looking for them, trying to get them back to Jamaica and like etc. But yeah, Marina.
Verse 11, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed.
And that's key now. That's why you got Christianity today. That's why you got Jehovah's Witness today. Why? Because the word of the book is locked. And that's why you got all these denominations. Why? Because they don't understand the word of God. The word in this book ain't even meant for them. And that's why you got so many religions, because the Bible said that he locked the book. So now that's why you got Jehovah's Witness, 7-Day Adventist, Baptist, and many others. There's lots of them. You know?
Which men deliver to one that is learned.
And now you deliver this word to one that you deliver this word to a learned man. So if you be a learned man today, your pastor, according to this world, he's learned. You know what I mean? You're supposed to bring this to him, and he's gonna go, no. This is what this and that part means. Read out.
Saying, read this, I pray thee.
So now you're gonna bring it to him, go read this, I beg you. What does this mean? Read.
And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed.
And that's what your pastor says now. Word your pastor don't go, I cannot, it's a lot, I can't read it. But what does he do? He philosophizes. Now, because he's philosophizing, that lets you know that he don't understand it. He can't read now because it's locked to him. That understanding in his mind. A lot of blacks and Hispanics, they go to their pastor, you know, read that. What does that mean? And a lot of them can't even answer it. Funny enough, they don't even read the verse. So God's love, and it's in your heart, you know what I mean? Because with that part there, all it means is that really, and you know what I mean? They can't even answer it.
It's like the other one when we was in Brixton, they had a pastor with no Bible, and he didn't say, well, the Bible's in my heart, I don't need one. Let alone forget it being locked, he's saying they don't need a Bible.
Yeah, that's right. And the reason why they have to do things like that, because the Most High, he has locked that understanding around them, which the prophet Isaiah wrote about. Now, to do what a pastor does is easy. Like, I used to play a game where you can open up any verse and you can make a poem, anything from it, and it's easy. Like, when like someone looks at a pastor, he's a man of God, he can open the Bible at like the front or at the back, and then he can expound it. That's easy. Anyone can do it. If you want, I can do it right now. It's not hard. It's very easy. All you just look for one part. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord. Therefore, as you live, says God. You know, I will do according to my anger. So we anger God and His strength. Anyone can do that. That's not hard. But yet, in the book of Isaiah, he's saying that the Bible is locked from them, meaning you want to understand a verse, they can't even answer it. That answers the question. All right, read on.
Verse 12. Yeah. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned.
Yeah, so even someone who is not a learned man, you bring the word to him and he's going to say, I'm not learned, I just can't read it. Now, us collectively as a race, we don't understand the word of God, and that's what Isaiah was on about, meaning amongst all of us, no one won't understand. Why? Because the Most High has poured out that spirit of deep sleep upon us. You know?
Verse 13, wherefore the Lord saith, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips do honor me.
So now, with their lips, they honor me. The word honor means respect. So amongst blacks and Hispanics, we do honor God. We talk highly of him and love the Lord. God's in my heart. You know what I mean? You can't take God away from me. You know what I mean? Know that.
Saying loving God is wrong. I don't want to do it right.
You see that there, all of that stuff there, but their heart is far away, meaning their mind, they don't know what God wants. God don't care what you say. God wants you to follow his commandments. He said in action, you can honor God with your lips as much as you want, but if you ain't keeping his commandments, God just don't care, you know what I mean? Read on.
But have removed their heart far from me, and their fear toward me is taught by the precept of men.
And there, man, if you look at our communities, we're not afraid of God. If you're not following his commandments, then you ain't a parade of the Most High. In the book of Exodus, when we got the 10 commandments, it was a scary sight, the fire, the voice, and they was afraid. They was like, you talk to him, lest we die. And then you read on down, it says, he had done that, so that we would always learn to be a parade of the Most High. So if you love God, to be a parade of him is follow his commandments. So now, we're not afraid of him. Look at black communities, look at Hispanic communities. By the way how we live, that alone shows that we are not afraid of the Most High. Why? Because if you was, you would not get high. You would not sleep a black sister and Hispanic sister and then throw her away and say that the baby is not yours. You would, kill another black man or another Hispanic man. So by the way that we live, that automatically shows that as a race, we are not afraid of the Most High.
Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work.
So now the Most say, behold, I'm going to do a marvelous work, meaning the Most High is going to do something wonderful amongst blacks and Hispanics. Read on.
So, okay. Among these people, even a marvelous work and a wonder, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of the prudent men shall be hid.
Yeah, so that's the marvelous work. The Lord saying, all the understanding of me that they have, I'm going to take that away. That's why in the Bible where it says, knowing the time, that is high time to awake out of sleep. That's what it's talking about, because the prophet Isaiah, he spoke about a time where the Most High will pour out a spirit of deep sleep upon us. And the Most High, he would do a work amongst us where he would take all of our wisdom away. And that's what us as a race, we don't know God at all. You ask many people, so what does God require of you? Some say love, live good, be happy. Which shows that what amongst us as a race, none of us don't really have the understanding of that. You have something?
No.
I know, so read on.
Verse 15, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord, and the works are in dark, and they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us?
And guess what? That is us. And the word woe means destruction. So Moses is saying destruction unto us. We try to hide our counsel from the Most High, and we did it back then, and we do it right now. You know what I mean? Back then, they was worshiping pagan gods, bowing down to wood and rocks and that. And they thought the Most High, he would not recognize that. And they thought they was hiding their counsel from the Lord. And we do that too. Many Christians, you know, they say God's, you know what I mean? No, they say I'm a righteous man, you know what I mean? I follow God. But yet behind everyone's back, they're buying prostitutes, escorts, smoking weed, you know what I mean? Touching up young men. So you know what I mean? It applied back then and it applies right now. Most of them that seek to hide their counsel from the Lord. But that's it on that. Let's get Jeremiah, the 4th chapter and verse 22.
Jeremiah 4 and 22. For my people is foolish.
You know what?
For my people is foolish.
Can you look at the definition of that word? Because again, in Christianity, a fool and many of them don't really know what these words even mean. So what we're going to do on the screen, we're going to look at the definition of that word, a fool. How do you become that? So of course, once you know the definition of the word, that's when you're going to know if you fit into that category or not. When you get that.
Fool, a person who acts unwisely. A person who acts unwisely.
So a fool is someone who acts in an unwise way. So now we know to be wise is to follow the commandments of God. You know what I mean? The Bible says that wisdom is in this book. So if you're acting unwise, meaning you're not applying the wisdom found in here. So a fool is just a man that is unwise. So you can then go back to that precept.
Jeremiah 4 and 22. For my people is foolish.
Meaning what? We are unwise. We are unwise, meaning what? We're not following the laws of God. Read on.
They have not known me.
And they have not known me. The me is the Most High. Now to know God is you have to follow His commandments. Read on.
They are sottish children.
Right. Doesn't even know what that word means. To be, what's that?
Sottish.
Attish. You know what I mean? It's always good to look up definitions of words. Don't ever just read something and guess like, well, I think that means 1 or 2. You know what I mean? Do you know what it's on about, so that when you present it onto someone else, you kind of break it down and not hope that they don't ask what the definition of that word is. You know what I'm saying? So, sottish. It was at the top of
So sottish, drunken, doltish, or stupid.
What?
Stupid.
Yeah, so that's what that would mean. So you say someone is stupid. That would be that word right there. So read on.
For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children.
Read on.
And they have none understanding.
And that's how we become. We don't have none understanding of God. You ask a black man and a Hispanic man. So you know what I mean? What's your concepts on God? He's all loving. I can do whatever I want. If God loves me so much, He would allow me to, smoke weed and do all the things that I want. And someone that says that, that's someone that has none understanding. Kindly, you have a dad, and your dad loves you, and he would never make you do anything that you want.
That's right.
Your dad will tell you, I want you home at 9. You know what I mean? Throw the weed out of the house. But yet the Heavenly Father, you can do whatever you want. So that alone shows that someone that is like that clearly has none understanding of God. Read on.
They are wise to do evil.
But when it comes to do evil, we are wise, meaning that we know how to do wickedness fast. You know what I mean? When it comes to some wickedness, you know what I mean?
It's true, like the amount of times we're on camp and black people come against us, so you're racist, you're racist. Like, if we had a kilo of coke, it was like, listen, let's break this down. They'd be on our side, they'd be like, yeah, I'll take the West, I'll take the East. You know what I mean? They all come to agreement, but because we're teaching against that, They want to kill us. Like we're wise to evil. Like I think black people turn to mathematicians when it comes to counting money and counting code. You know what I mean? The smart when it comes to that. But anything else, anything good, you want to come against?
Yeah, that's true, and it's like with a lot of the songs that we like. When it comes to talking about badness, anyone can write that so fast. But you tell someone make a positive song, and you notice they don't do it as fast. You know what I mean? To write it in that, it takes a long time. So it's like we're wise to do the wickedness, but when it comes time to do the good, it's like as a race being lost. Like, bro, like that's kind of new to me. You know what I'm saying? All right, read that.
But to do good, they have no knowledge.
And to do good, we don't have the knowledge. I mean, we just don't know. Let's get Isaiah 60:1.
Isaiah 60:1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come.
All right, so now arise, for thy light is come. Meaning, in these last days, the wisdom of God is now back. You know what I mean? So arise, thy light has come. In these last days, in the I.S.U.P.K under commanding GEN.YAHANNA, that's that light. In these last days, that light has come, where you don't need to join Christianity. You don't need to join no religion. In these last days, that light has come. You know.
And the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth.
And that's key. So now, while the light has arisen on some, the darkness has what?
Darkness shall cover the earth.
And that's what you see. All these religions and philosophies, that's the darkness right there. That's why whenever in the Bible it says awake out of sleep, it's talking about things like this. And it's not talking about everyone, it's talking about the black man and the Hispanic man. We are that nation that is a sleep right now. And these last days saying darkness shall cover the earth. And as you see, there's many religions, many philosophies, there's a lot of things going on. But amongst all of that, the light has risen upon you. If you're watching this right now, that light has arisen upon you.
That's right.
If you're an I.S.U.P.K, you're a trooper, captain, officer, whatever, that light has also risen upon you too. You know?
And gross darkness, the people.
So now, the word gross, it means like a mass, darkness. So on this earth, look around, that's mass darkness right there. You tell people that Yahushua was a black man. Some people even laugh at you. Why? Because gross darkness is on the face of the earth. You tell people that, well, in the Bible, the real Jews are black. They laugh at you. Why? Because gross darkness is upon the earth. You know?
The people, but the Lord shall rise upon thee.
And that's key. So while many people are in this darkness, the Lord shall arise upon thee. And that's what you see right now. You know what I mean? Lord, you know what I mean? The Most High, He has set up the I.S.U.P.K. And when you come near, that's the Lord arising His light upon thee. And now with that thee, it's you. Read on.
Verse 3, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light.
Also, that part's going into something else. The Gentiles ain't non-Israelites, but that's another class for another day. Let's get back to Romans 13 and verse 11.
Romans 13:11. And that knowing the time, that now is high time.
So now we read that before. So now once that we have read what we just went into, we're going to read that again. Now we're going to show who it is on about. And once that person is awake, what should he then do after that? Read on.
And that knowing the time, that now is high time.
So now is high time, meaning that it's the peak time. It's that time where you are awake. Read on.
To awake out of sleep.
So if you read that last again, to awake.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Yeah, so now it's high time to awake out of sleep. Now, according to what we just read, that's on about us. Israelites, the black man, the Hispanic man, it's a high time, according to the Bible, we are the ones that the Most High hold out that spirit of deep sleep upon. It's not talking about the world and like everybody. That sleep only pertains to the black man and the Hispanic man. You know?
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. For night is far, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness.
And then, man, that's how you come away. Once you cast off those works of darkness. So now, online, what would some of the works of darkness be? Let's give you a minute. So, what would the works of darkness be? So, you mean, it said that the night is far spent. Let us cast off the works of darkness. So, we know what it means to be awake. We know who is asleep. So, what would casting off the works of darkness be? I'll give you a moment. I'll give you 1 more minute. All right. Would anyone like to answer it? So, what would be casting off the works of darkness?
Like putting down homosexuality.
That's one of the
coming out of the Christian church.
Yeah, that's it. Anything that God hates, anything that is in a violation of the law of God, that is the works of darkness right there. So once you're awake and the night is far spent, you gotta put away that work of darkness right there. You gotta put away the weed, put away, you know what I mean, the gun, if it's an illegal one and all that stuff, and you gotta, you know what I mean, anything that is against the laws of God. Once you cast that away, that would be you putting away those works of darkness right there. You know?
And let us put on the armor of light.
And let us put on the armor of light. Now in Isaiah, we read about what that light was about. While the earth was in darkness, the light shone upon you, meaning the wisdom, the understanding of God, it has arisen upon you. So I mean, now once you read the rest of the Bible, you understand what this verse is really on about. It's not as Christians say where everyone is asleep, it's high time, and they're telling the white man to awake, the Arab man to awaken, all that. It's not on about that. He's talking to Israelites. He's telling them, you know what I mean? It's now high time that you awake because the night is far spent, meaning the night has been far gone. You've been in darkness really long, and it's telling them to also put away those works of the darkness too. There we go.
Let us walk honestly as in the day.
And that's key. So now, when you're awake, let us walk honestly. Now, to be honest is not to lie. So he's saying, walk and basically don't lie, meaning don't be lying to yourself, thinking that you're keeping the commandments and you're not. Walk honestly. If you're in the I.S.U.P.K, walk a honest walk, you know what I mean? Don't lie to yourself. Don't read the Bible and, well, that's a sin, but I didn't do it like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I bought a prostitute, but I didn't have sex with her. I just, that's some husband. That's a man who's not walking honestly right there. So yeah, I mean, that's just one example. Now, if someone was to do something like that, that would be a man who's what? Not walking honestly. You know what I mean? What's some example? It's like, for instance, someone who's in the world, they like to get high. Then now they smoke something which is not weed. They go, well, you see, I didn't literally get high. You know what I mean? I did actually smoke, but I'm not high. That's a man that would not be walking honestly, and that's what we gotta do. If you're in the I.S.U.P.K, walk that honest walk. Go, yes, I am following that law. I am keeping this commandment. And if you really are applying it, then that would be you walking that honest walk. You know.
Not in rioting or in drunkenness, not in chambering.
Right. So does anyone know what the word chambering means? Would anyone online like to give a definition of that word? We know what rioting means. That's pretty simple. Rioting, drunkenness, and not English. Chambering. So does anyone know the definition of that word? Give you a moment. But if you want, you can look at the definition of it if you want. It's a chambering.
That's it.
I mean, I've looked it up before. I mean, I do know the definition of it. That's not. Oh, yeah. So if you go down one, there's a Bible definition. Down a bit more. There in the Bible study tool. Should be there. Chambering. Yeah, there you go. It's right there.
Chambering, sexual immorality.
What?
Sexual immorality.
So sexual immorality. So if it's an immoral way, you mean that it's sex, but it's in a wrong way. So when the Bible says no, mankind, like if man lie down with mankind, that would be chambering right there. That is sex in a immoral or wrong way. If you know someone is in what we call today an interracial relationship, that would be chambering right there. That's the immoral way of having sex. So we have sex amongst us, amongst blacks and Hispanics. You go outside your race, that would be chambering right there because you're having sex in a immoral way. So that's what chambering means. So when you cast off the works of darkness, you cast off the rioting, you cast off the drunkenness, and also the chambering, meaning the sex in the wrong ways, sex in the ways that God said no. If you're lying down like a beach, you know what I mean? You got some people that like to have sex with their dogs and all that. That would be chambering right there, you know what I mean? Yeah. Or if you're having a threesome, that would be chambering too. That is sex in a immoral way. You know, there was a documentary where a woman, she was trying to glorify having sex with a dog. She's saying that, well, the benefits is the dog doesn't have to wear a condom because a dog can't get a woman pregnant. Now, regardless of what she tried to say, the word of God says that that is wrong. You know what I mean? That is in violation of His commandments. But you know,
Not in chambering and wantonness.
and wantonness. Does anyone know what the word wantonness means?
You want things like coveting.
That's right, yeah. So there's nothing wrong with wanting. You know what I mean? Everyone wants things. People want new cars and new, you know what I mean, a house and all that. That's fine. But wantonness is when you want something which belongs to someone else, which is called coveting, which is another word for that. So if you desire something and it belongs unto someone else, then that would make you have that spirit of wantonness. Are we done?
Not in strife and envying.
And I'm sure we know the definition of them words. Strife means to fight, and if you envy someone, means you have a strong hate towards someone else over the things that they have. Understandable.
Okay.
So now that's you being away. That is you getting away from the works of the darkness right there. But let's expound on that. Let's get Colossians 3 and 10. Yeah, my battery there.
Colossians 3 and 10.
I actually start from verse 8.
Colossians 3 and 8. And now ye also put off all these.
So now if you notice, it's kind of saying the same thing in the scripture we read before, cast off the works of darkness. And over here, it's pretty much saying the same thing, but just in another way. So now you have cast off all of these,
Anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy.
Also, the word blasphemy, that's another way to hear that in church. Blasphemy, does anyone know what that word means? If someone is blaspheming, what does that really mean?
Oh, sure.
We could go. There's
a very good definition.
Yeah. So we're gonna get the definition of the word blasphemy. A lot of you that have been, Jehovah's Witness, Christianity, Catholic denominations, all that. That's the word of love, blasphemy, heresy, and we're gonna get a definition of that.
Blasphemy, the action or offense of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things, profane talk.
All right. So from that definition, what does blasphemy mean? If anyone would like to have a shot.
Speaking against the Most High.
That's right. So in today's terms, how do people blaspheme against God?
Say he's white and so forth.
That's true. But amongst blacks and Hispanics, how do we blaspheme against God?
Or church.
That's one way. But I'll give you an example. We live in communities where there's guns, crime, and then what do some people say? God don't exist. Well, why am I going through these things right now? Surely there can't be a God. That's someone blaspheming right there. They're speaking profanely against God because of the lifestyle that they're in. I've heard some rap songs like, well, surely God can't exist if I'm raised in this community. You understand?
Come on.
That's someone blaspheming right there. Read that.
Okay. But now you also put up these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication.
All right. So now with the filthy communication part, does that mean that you can't swear? Because you got Christians that like this, like, well, you can't say bitch and etc. Does it mean that?
I'm talking about the blasphemy.
That's right. So you speaking evilly against God, that is that filthy communication right there.
Out of your mouth, lie not one to another, seeing that thou have put off the old man with his deeds.
And then with that old man, that is casting off the works of darkness right there. Once you get out of that darkness and you come into the light, that's you becoming someone who is now a new man. So you put up that old man, the man that used to lie, speak those filthy communications. That's that man that is now awake. That's that man that is, awoken after that sleep that the Bible is on about. Read on.
Lie not one to another, seeing that thou hast put off the old man with his deeds, and have put on the new man. And have put on the new man.
They have cast off the works of darkness.
And have put on the new man.
And now that's what Paul in the book of Romans is on about. You casting off that work of the darkness, you becoming a brand new man. You don't do those old things. Now you are born again, as the Bible also mentions too.
Which is renewed in knowledge.
Which is what?
Renewed in knowledge.
So now you are renewed in the knowledge of God. Now hold that. I got a precept for that in the Apocrypha. Ecclesiasticus 19 and the 19th verse. So the knowledge of God. We're going to show that it's on about the 19 and 19.
I'll let you know there.
Yeah, I'm there.
Ecclesiasticus 19 and 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord.
And what?
The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord.
Right. Just read that part in Colossians 3 and the 10th verse again.
Colossians 3 and 10. And have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge.
In what?
In knowledge.
In knowledge, the commandments of God. Now, you can just go back to the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus 19 and the 19th verse.
Ecclesiasticus 19 and 19. The knowledge of the commandment of the Lord is the doctrine of life.
Yeah, so when it says you are renewed in knowledge, it's talking about the commandments. And it says that it's in the Apocrypha, a doctrine of life. So now, once you keep these commandments, you're not going to die anymore. You're not going to be afflicted by God. You're not going to be cursed. Why? Because now that you're on His side, by you keeping His commandments, that's you showing to God that, yeah, I'm on your side. I'm not against you. So that's why it's a doctrine of life. Go back to Colossians 3 and 10.
Colossians 3 and 10. And have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge, after the image of him that created him.
Yeah, after the image of him that created him. And you know what I mean? The Most High, He made every single one of us, and He also gave us laws, statutes, and commandments. So that's you being the image of God right there. If you're following His laws, if you're a black man and Hispanic man, you're following the commandments. That's you being the that is you being the image of the Most High right there. All right. Yeah, let's go back to Romans 13 and the 13th verse.
Romans 13 and 13. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy, but put ye on the Lord Yahweh, and make not provision for the flesh.
And that's key. So once you're awake, He's saying, make not provisions for the flesh. So now, what would that mean? If you are making a provision for something, what would that mean?
I don't give it opportunity.
Yeah, meaning don't give a chance for like the flesh. And with that flesh, it means like to set in. So if you sin, that would be you making a provision for the flesh right there. So once you know you are away, you have cast off those works of the darkness. Don't make an excuse to then turn back and then break the commandments again. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, let's get Galatians chapter 5. We start at verse 13.
Galatians 5 and 13. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh.
All right. So before we break it down, would anyone online like to give a shout at it? I know so. So just read that one more time.
For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty.
All right. That word, that word, liberty, it means freedom. So now, once you come to Yahweh, you are free, you know what I mean? You're not in those bonds no more, because when you're in like darkness, what happens, you know what I mean? You're always afflicted, you know what I mean? It's time to rock, but once you go, you know what? I'm going to stop violating the laws of God. Now you become a man who is what? Who is free. That's why they let him know, look, you are called unto liberty, you know?
Only use not liberty.
So now, with this freedom that you have, don't. Sorry, can we read that part again?
Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh.
So that freedom that you have, don't use that for an occasion of the flesh, meaning don't use that freedom to then go and break the law. You know what I mean? Don't be here and then, well, I might just, you know what I mean, sin once in like a while. Don't use that freedom that you have to, you know, be a violator of the laws of the Most High. We done.
But by love, serve one another.
But by love, and we know love is a commandment law. This is love, that we keep His commandments. So, but by love, meaning by the commandments, one another, meaning every black man, every Hispanic man, keep those commandments towards Him too. You know what I mean? That's what that part means. The part of Ecclesiasticus 32 and the 17th verse.
Ecclesiasticus 32 and 17. A sinful man would not be reproved.
So that's key. So now we just read that, you know what I mean? Don't use the freedom for an occasion of the flesh. Now we hear it saying a sinful man will not be reproved, meaning that he can't be corrected. You're saying it, look, man, that's a sin. You gotta stop that. He's gonna make an excuse, you know what I mean? What I'm doing ain't wrong. You lot are breaking that verse down wrong, etc. This man won't be corrected, you know?
But findeth an excuse according to his will.
And that's what they do. They find an excuse according to their will. So if their will is, I want to get high, that is their will. They're gonna find an excuse so that they can get high. Well, it's only a plant. You know what I mean? I can smoke bananas and everything too. You know what I mean? That because that is their will. That's why they make that excuse. And of course, there's many other examples too. And you had one. Right, no sir. Let's get Ephesians chapter 5. And we start at the 14th verse.
5:14.
Right.
Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he saith, awake, thou that sleepest.
And that's key now. If you notice, he's saying, wherefore he saith. Now the he is the Most High. So now he's going back into the books of Ezekiel, Isaiah. He's going like, wherefore, like, imagine he's talking to someone and you're making him go back in time. Like, you do remember that he said this. You understand?
Come on.
That's what he's saying, wherefore he saith, what did he say?
Awake, thou that sleepest.
Awake, thou that sleepest. Now, who is that? That's us. We are asleep. We just read it that the Most High poured out a spirit of deep sleep upon us. And he's saying, wherefore he said, awake. So in these last days, we are commanded to awake. And to awake is an action. To awake is to keep the commandments. To awake is to cast off those works of darkness. Reader.
And arise from the dead.
And do what?
Arise from the dead.
And to arise from the dead. Now, we're not literally dead. The state that we're in is like a dead state. We don't know who we are. We lost our identity. We're following everyone else's religion. We're following their pagan holidays. That's what makes us dead. Hold that. I believe it's Proverbs 21 and 16 about the congregation of the dead. Let me see if that's right. I'm just having a guess.
Proverbs 21 and 16.
Yeah, hold on. I was right.
Yeah, come. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding.
Right, so now it says, the man that wandereth. Now, to wander is to get lost. Like, if you're wondering about meaning, you don't know where you're going to. So the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding. Now the understanding is the word of God. So a man that has wandered out of the way of God, basically, you know,
shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
he shall remain in the congregation of the dead. The word congregation means a gathering. So that man is amongst the gathering of the dead. Now us collectively as a race, we are a gathering of the dead. That's not about. So when you go to Ephesians, it says, what is it? Ephesians 5, and the rise from the dead. What it means is people that are lost, not people that are literally dead. So if you want, you can go back to Ephesians 5 and the 14th verse.
Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he saith, awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead.
And arise from the dead, meaning arise from coming out of the way of understanding, arise out of the mosque, arise out of Jehovah's Witness, arise out of Pan-Africanism, arise out of all these philosophies and religions. And by you doing that, that's you waking up from the dead. Read that.
And Christ shall give thee light. And Christ shall give thee light.
And with Christ, he shall give thee light. And we read what the light is. We went to Isaiah, the 60th chapter, about the light shall shine upon thee, meaning the wisdom of God. You know me, you turn to Yahushua, you're going to receive that light that the Bible is on about. That light is talking about a literal light, you know what I mean? We got light right now, and yet on the road, there's people that are dead, meaning they don't know who they are, they're not following the commandments. So that light ain't a literal light, that light is the wisdom of God. And also that's key though, because we just shown that only the Israelites are asleep, the Israelites are dead. So if it says Christ shall give thee light, what does that let you know about Christ?
Only come to give Israel light, not the whole world.
That's right. So that would show them that for God so loved the world can't literally mean that if he's only giving light to blacks and Hispanics. It wouldn't make sense. But read that. Oh, so you want to read it.
Verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly.
Now that word circumspectly, it just means to be aware. If you break it down, circumference means your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? So if you're walking circumspectly, means that as you walk, you know what I mean, looking around, trying to stay away from the things that the Most High hates. You know what I mean? You're walking and you're being aware. So once you're in the I.S.U.P.K, you do have to walk around aware. You know something's gonna make you break their commandments. Then you do need to be aware of it. You know what I mean? As you walk, you know.
Not as fools, but as wise.
But as what?
Wise.
But as wise. And again, once you keep the commandments, that's how you become wise. So you know what I mean? You're going to be a wise man. Once you apply these commandments, that's going to make you wise. And we don't walk around like we're dumb. We walk around looking around. And by us doing that, that's how you become wise. Read on.
Verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil.
And redeeming, the word redeem means to buy back. So now, once we have awoken, you got to redeem back that time right there. Many of us have been into Christianity 6 years. Once you come into the I.S.U.P.K, you got to redeem that time back. Many of us have been Jehovah's Witness for many years. Once you come into the I.S.U.P.K, you got to redeem that time back. You've been into Islam, you got to redeem that time back. You know what I mean? You don't come in and just relax. You know what I mean? Think about all those years that you wasn't there, and now because of that, you got to make up for that. You got to be in the I.S.U.P.K working extra hard, trying to redeem that time back. You know?
Redeeming the time because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
And that's key to saying, wherefore be ye not unwise. So now that you're trying to redeem your time back, don't be unwise. Don't start, being here and you know what, man. I just want to just go back to how I was once before I came into the I.S.U.P.K. Oh no, don't be unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. Now, what is the will of the Lord? The will of the Lord is for you to keep His commandments. The will of the Lord is for us to reign. The will of the Lord is for us to, you know what I mean, rule over everyone that is on this earth. That's the will of the Lord. But collectively as a race, the will of the Lord is for us to keep His commandments. We done?
Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is, and be not drunk with wine.
Now that's key to now. We just read that somewhere. Where did we just read that?
In Isaiah, was he drunk with wine?
That's right. So this shows that all of this is specifically talking to the Israelites, saying, don't be drunk with wine. So you know what I mean? Once you understand what the will of the Lord is, don't go back to how it was once before you came into the I.S.U.P.K. And now, you know what I mean? You're back into religion again. You're back on the internet looking up, you know, Pan-Africanism and the Big Bang and all that stuff. You know what I mean? If you do that, then that's you going back to being drunken with wine, you know?
And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit.
But be filled with the Spirit. Now that is the Spirit of the Lord. You know what I mean? You be filled with the vibe of the Lord. It's not talking about a literal spirit coming in you. In the Bible, a spirit just means a vibe. So you're gonna have the vibe of the Lord. You know what I mean? You're gonna follow His commandments. You're gonna wear fringes. You know, the Bible says the Lord is a man of war. You're gonna be a man of war. You know what I mean? You're gonna live your life like as if it's a war. You're not gonna be all relaxed and you know what I mean? Everything's fine. We done?
Speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns.
All right. So now, what does that mean? Does it mean you're gonna literally be, you know, speaking to yourself in psalms and hymns, like you're gonna walk around like Christians? You know what I mean? Singing. What does that mean? I just think as black people, if you're speaking to yourself, what does that mean in a base term?
I'm not sure.
All right, just read that again.
Speaking to yourself in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord.
That might be the answer. What's that? Making melody in your heart. All right, read it one more time and break it down. Speaking to yourself in psalms and hymns. All right. Now, sometimes when it says speaking to yourself, remember now, you're in the Lord now. So now, in your mind, you have the psalms and the hymns. You think, you know what I mean? King David, he was a warrior. And going through these rough times, he overcame the Amorites, Hittites. That's you speaking to yourself in like a psalm. You understand? And like a hymn, you know what I mean? You can read psalms, you know, oh Lord, help me with men that rose up against me in your life. That may happen. That's you speaking to yourself in psalms and in hymns. This ain't like Christianity where you have a tambourine in your hand and you're gonna be doing like a hymn. So none of that means in your mind you're thinking about the psalms King David overcame. It says that the Lord made my feet like hinds. You know what I mean? So you mean that means that he could run really fast. You know what I mean? Like anything that you're going through, you're gonna relate it to like a psalm or like a hymn. Read that.
Singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord, giving thanks always for all things unto God and the Father in the name of Yahushua. All right, cool.
That's that verse. Let me lock it. Let me grab 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 34. So, okay, what's the time?
25. 1 Corinthians 15:24.
Also, verse 34.
Verse 34. Awake to righteousness.
What did the Bible say?
Awake to righteousness.
Yeah, so when you become awake, this scripture right here is letting you know what you are awoken to. You know what I mean? Christian loves to say awake. Brother, you need to awaken. Awake to what?
To righteousness.
To righteousness. And we know righteousness is following of the law. Hold that one. Go to Deuteronomy 6 and 24. So we're going to give you a definition of what righteousness is.
Deuteronomy 6 and 24. And the Lord commanded us to do. Okay. And the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God.
All right. So now in verse 24, it's letting you know that the Lord commanded us to do all of these commandments. Read on.
For our good, that he might preserve us alive as it is this day.
There, and once we keep these commandments, he will preserve us alive. If you look now, we are dying a lot. While if we would have kept these commandments, we would have been preserved alive. There wouldn't be no young black boys dying at the age of 16. They'll be living a good life, having wives and kids, dying at 80, 90, 100, you know what I mean? Who knows? But because we strayed away from the commandments, that's why we're not being preserved alive as long as we are meant to be, but we don't.
And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments.
And then it shall be our righteousness. Then it lets you know what righteousness is if we observe and do all these commandments. So to be righteous, you have to keep the commandments. There's no such thing as a righteous man and you don't follow the commandments. You got Christians that are, I'm a righteous man, I'm an upright man. And little do they know, upright and righteous are the exact same word. And to be righteous is to keep the commandments. So if they're not keeping the commandments, then by default, that's not a righteous man. But let's go back to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, and verse 34.
1 Corinthians 15 and 34. Awake to righteousness.
Yeah, so awake to righteousness, meaning what? Awake to the law. You know what I mean? You was a sleep and you was not following the law. So now that you're awake, you gotta awake to these commandments. You gotta wake up and know, you know what? It's wrong for me to violate the commandments of God. I can't sin anymore. You done?
Awake to righteousness and sin not.
And sin not. And to sin is to break the commandments, you know. The Bible lets you know that to sin is the transgression of the law. And that word transgress means to break. So now if you break the law, then that is a sin right there. So awake to righteousness and also sin not. Read.
For some have not the knowledge of God.
And that's key. For some have not the knowledge of God. So you got some people that, you know what I mean, I'm awake, I'm righteous, but yet they're not following the laws. And that's why it's saying, for some have not the knowledge of God. Because you got people that they believe that the Most High is with them. They believe that they're righteous. They believe that they are awoken. They look at everyone else like he's in darkness and all that. But yet, so are they. So that's why it's saying, for some have not the knowledge of God, because they're looking at everyone else like they're asleep. And guess what? They are too. Read on.
I speak this to your shame.
And he speaks that to their shame. But they know me, while they are all high in the mind, little do they know they're in that same darkness just like everyone else. You know what I mean? Let's get Isaiah 52 and 1. Like, any questions online?
No, for sure.
Or have you got any questions there?
No.
In mind? All right, cool. Also, get Isaiah 52 and 1.
Isaiah 52 and 1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion.
And then again, all throughout the Bible, when it's telling people to awake, it's only talking about us. It ain't talking about everyone. Everyone else, they don't need to awake. The Japanese and every other race, you know what I mean? They've always followed their religions and their ways, but we haven't. That's why we need to awake. You know what I mean? If anything, we've been following their religions, but you know what I mean? What we are supposed to be in, we haven't. So that's why the Bible tells us to awake. And then what does it say? Put on thy strength. Meaning these commandments, this is your strength right here, you know what I mean? Once you keep these commandments, this will put that backbone back in that black man again. They'll put that backbone back in that Hispanic man again, where he's ready to die for the Lord, you know what I mean? That's that strength right there. You know?
Put on thy beautiful garments.
And put on thy beautiful garments. It's not talking about a literal garment. Many times in the Bible, a garment just represents your covering, meaning what you're in, like which one, Adam and like Eve, when they put on the covering, that's talking about, you know what I mean? They kept their commandments again. In the book of Revelation, they put on a white garment, which the righteousness of the saints, meaning that we follow the commandments again. So a garment doesn't literally mean, you know, they just carnally put on a garment, means put on these beautiful commandments. You know, all throughout the Bible it says the law is just, right. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with this. So once you, return, coming to I.S.U.P.K, that's you putting on that beautiful garment again. We done?
O Jerusalem, the holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
Right. So what does that part mean? Shall no one come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean?
So we're gonna start keeping the laws again, put back on our culture. Ain't gonna be no more Christians around, ain't no more unclean people around. That's it.
Yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? We're gonna be holy again. You know what I mean? And to be holy is just means to be separate. So we're gonna be holy again, and no more uncleanness will be amongst us anymore. Verse 2.
Verse 2, shake thyself from the dust.
And that's key. That's what you gotta do. Once you have awoken, you gotta shake yourself from the dust. You gotta shake yourself from that lower estate. People fighting each other over weed and just, you know what I mean, some carnal things. That's us in the dust right there. And the Bible saying, shake yourself from that dust. You know what I mean? Shake yourself from those petty things which blacks and Hispanics hating each other for. Shake yourself away from such dumb stuff like gangs and fighting over a town which you don't even own. You know what I mean? If the council was to say, look, you need to go next door, you're gonna go next door. You don't even own it. You don't even own your house. If you're paying rent, you don't even own the house. Let alone handle it. You know what I mean? You don't even own the corner shops. Everyone else runs anything. And the Bible saying, shake yourself from the dust. Shake yourself from that lower state, fighting over some things that don't even make sense. You know what I mean? Fighting over weeds. I mean, I've seen videos on World Star Hip Hop where people are fighting over like a weave, or one person was in a line, they kind of jumped in the line. Now, of course, that's not right. But am I going to really fight someone over that? Okay, I might wait a minute more, but is that really worth fighting? And that's us in the dust right there. And the Bible saying, shake yourself from that. Read on.
Shake thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem. Loose thyself from thy bands of thy neck.
And that's key. Loose thyself from thy bands. What's those bands?
Religions were attached to, but all those philosophies were attached to, the drugs were attached to, being in prison. You gotta lose yourself from that.
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, as blacks and Hispanics, we got lots of bands: religion, white problems, cares of the world. And the Bible saying, lose yourself off that, let all of that go, man. Let the weed go. I mean, that's a band that is very tight on blacks and Hispanics. I mean, that's not a band, that's like a rope or like a chain or something, you know what I mean? That ain't no band. You know what I mean? The Bible saying, lose yourself off like all of that. Why? Because if you don't lose yourself off those bands, then you can't serve the Lord. You know what I mean? You can't serve the Lord and have a thick band of the weed around like your neck.
God.
You just can't do it. You can't serve the Lord and you got a thick band of, you know, liking and hoes and one nights dance. If you got that band around you can't serve the Lord. That's why the Bible's saying to loose yourself off those bands, you know?
So, O captive daughter of Zion, for thus saith the Lord.
So now it says, for thus saith the Lord, meaning this is coming out of the mouth of the Most High.
Ye have sold yourselves for naught.
And that's what we do. You sold yourself for naught. You're in the church for naught. What has the church offered unto you that makes you want to go, you know what? I want to follow Christianity. What has Islam done for you that goes, yeah, I know why I'm in this religion. You sold yourself for naught. You're in these religions and these religions haven't even helped you. And yet, you know what I mean? We uphold these religions and that's us selling ourselves for like naught. Like, think of a prostitute. She would have sex with you if you pay her. While as for us, we sell ourselves for like a naught. We basically hold ourselves. And you know what I mean, the Christian religion, they didn't have to pay anything. The mosque, they didn't have to pay anything. Jehovah's Witness didn't have to pay anything. We're in there willingly holding ourselves, and that's why the Most High say we have sold ourselves like a naught. We are.
Ye shall be redeemed without money.
And that's the Most High. He's going to redeem us back. He's going to buy us back, and it's not going to be by direct evidence or anything. He's going to buy us back through Yahushua. That's what this is about. He basically brought us back by, you know what I mean, letting Yahushua come live a, you know what I mean, he lived a life where he didn't sin once, and then him being crucified, that was him redeeming us back. So, you know what I mean, is there any more than that?
No, question, a sister says, what does it mean? What is a blessing according to the Bible?
Blessing. There's a precept for that. Blessing. If any first, look up the definition of it first, of the word blessing. I believe in Deuteronomy 28, it goes about the blessings of the Most High. Start with verse 1.
Deuteronomy 28, and it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth, and all these blessings shall come upon thee.
There's so now a blessing in a very basic term is just something that is good. So for instance, if someone fixed my car and you know what I mean, I gave like £100, I was like, thank you, boom, he got the money. That would be a blessing right there. Or no, so like a blessing is when you receive something and you haven't done anything to even gain it. So for example, you know what I mean, someone willingly goes, you know what, I'll fix your car, I give them £100, that would be a blessing from me, do you understand?
Oh.
But yes, read the curses and we get the blessings, then we get the definition of the word too.
And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field.
So meaning everywhere we go, we will be blessed. Meaning if it goes fine, you know what I mean? Your house just gets big, you know what I mean? Like you're making enough, you build an extension on your house. That's just an example. Like those things will be blessings from God, where you get a gain from somebody. To get the definition, and I believe there's one in the book of Genesis where like he blessed him and set him on his way or something like that. If you look that one up as well. So blessing definition.
Blessing, God's favor and protection.
So now that's the first one. So if you are blessed by God, you got the protection of God, and you got the favor of God. So when God blessed us, we receive everything, blessed when thou comest in, blessed when thou goest out. We got all the protection and the favor of God. So that's one definition of a blessing right there. The other one, a prayer.
A prayer asking for divine favor and protection.
Yeah, so that's one way how you will bless someone else. Just say for instance, my dad came around and he lives in Scotland. He's gonna drive back. For me to bless him, I'll pray like God, please, protect him, make sure that he's safe on his way back. That's a prayer for what? Divine protection. So that's one way how you would bless someone right there. And the last one, that can pass the grace and for after a meal. What you mean? You got another one about he blessed him and set him on his way or something. I think it's in a papa with told me about he blessed him. Actually, one second. Let me quickly go grab that one. Yeah, get Ecclesiasticus 3:8. So this is another example of a blessing right here. And there's many more. There's another one in my mind, but just can't seem to find it in the Bible.
Ecclesiasticus 3:8. Honor thy father and thy mother, both in word and deed.
So now I'm telling you, honor your mom and dad, both in words, so in what you say, and in your these two meaning, in your actions, you know?
That a blessing may come upon thee.
That what?
That a blessing may come upon thee.
So now, this can go many ways. First off, one of the 10 commandments is to honor your mom and dad. So a blessing, meaning the protection of the Most High, that can come upon you. The favor of the Most High, that can also come upon you. But now, how do you receive a blessing from your mom and dad?
They'll love you back, I guess.
A blessing meaning they'll pray to the Most High so that the Most High protects you too. Remember the definition that we just read? So now that's how a blessing comes upon you. And also, if you stick by your dad, you're not just doing it for a financial gain, but if your dad's rich and he sees that you respect him, he may make sure that your family's right too, and that's you receiving a blessing right there. So that's one example from the Most High, and also kindly from your parents too. And you got another one with that, pretty much. Yeah.
The Jacob and the angel.
I can't hear that one as well. Genesis 32. About 24 something.
Yeah, 24. Genesis 32 and 24. And Jacob was left alone.
So now, you can read the rest of it, but he sent his family across, and then he waited because he thought that his brother, he had not forgotten about him, so-called taking his blessing. So he thought, I let my family go first, all of the goats, and then basically he waited behind. So that's why it says he was left alone, meaning he was by himself.
And there rested a man with him until the break of the day.
Yeah, so he started to wrestle with like a man. So here this man there rested, headlocking, depending on how people wrestle. But also, not to take off topic, but historically, wrestling is the oldest form of self-defense and arts. So before boxing, kung fu, and Asian Indian self-defense, wrestling is the oldest known art as well.
Verse 25. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him.
So now, when he saw that he prevailed not against him, meaning that he realized that, you know what, I can't win. You know what I mean? I'm wrestling this guy. I'm reversing him on top. He's switching me over. Like, damn, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm gonna win this wrestling match.
He touched the hollow of his thigh.
So he touched the hollow part of his thigh.
And the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint.
Yeah, so his thigh became out of joint. So because he knew that, you know, he couldn't win the wrestling match, he just, you know, touched Jacob's thigh, and his thigh became out of joint. Which, if anyone knows, if you ever dislocate one of your joints, the pain gets really bad. If it's ever happened to anybody, you know.
As he wrestled with him, and he said, "Let me go, for the day breaketh." And he said, "I will not let thee go, except thou bless me."
Yeah, so now this man's like, "Let me go, man. The day is about to break, meaning that the sun is about to come out or come down."
Come out, come up.
Yeah, so that means the sun is about to come up. So I mean, this man, he wants to go. He's like, "No, I'm not gonna go until you bless me," you know.
And he said unto him, "What is thy name?" And he said, "Jacob." And he said, "Thy name shall be no more called Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince have power with God and with man, and hath prevailed."
Yeah, so his blessing was that his name wouldn't be Jacob anymore, but Israel. And he tells you the definition of it, because that has power with because that has power with God. So the blessing that, you know, he got a name, and also he received the promises, which, you know, if you read in the book of Genesis, Abraham was told, you know, he will receive everything, all the corn, all the wine, men shall work for him. Jacob received it too. So that was his blessing right there. Is there any more than that? Pretty much the punchline.
That was it. I don't know.
Alright, no, so does that answer it? Just
Check
right,
cards.
Alright, then that's kind of what's time?
Quarter two.
Alright, any more questions? Got anything? Second.
Well, first fruits, I think it's Saturday coming. What's the breakdown on first fruits?
Oh, first fruits. First fruits is 50 days after the Passover. You know, they say 49 days at night, which would just mean 50 days. So, you know what I mean? That would be the first fruit. So we're told, you know what I mean? It's the first fruits of all the corn or the wine, and that you will give to the Most High, for the Most High delivering us out of the Egyptians' hands. So that is 50 days after the Passover, which is a commandment for every black man, every Hispanic man. So I mean, this holy day ain't for no one else. It's only for Israelites, and that is the feast of first fruits right there. You can get it in Leviticus 23, I believe. So, get the. Yeah, Leviticus 23 and then verse 10. That actually like verse 16.
Leviticus 23 and 16. Even unto the morrow, after the seventh Sabbath, shall ye number 50 days.
Yeah, so now after the Passover, because Passover, that is a day of rest, you don't do no work. So now after that, you do what? Number 50 days, you done?
And ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Ye shall bring out of all your habitations 2 wave loaves and 2 tenth deals. They shall be of fine flour, They shall be baken with leaven.
All right. So now, the rest of that, I mean, that's talking about the ritual part, if you want to call it that. You know, you bring the what's it, loads of bread and all that stuff. And, you know, your animals, whether it's a goat and etc. Yeah, verse 21.
Verse 21. And ye shall proclaim on the self-same day that it may be an holy convocation unto you.
Yeah, so this self-same day should be a holy convocation to you, meaning a holy gathering. So it's not a day where you just by yourself, you know what I mean? On the Feast of First Fruits, you should be right here. You should be with the I.S.U.P.K. Whether if you're in America, Atlanta, Harlem, Philadelphia, the Boston camp, you know what I mean? Wherever you are, you should be with them. This day is a holy convocation. You should not be by yourself, you know, saying, I'm keeping the Feast of First Fruits. The Bible says that it's a holy convocation, you know?
Ye shall do no servile work therein.
And that's key because, you know what I mean, many people that read about rest days and holidays, when it says ye shall do no work, it ain't talking about you can't take out a bin, you can't, you know, watch Sagayo or whatever. It's talking about your job, because I beg if you get the definition of the word servile. Let's get the definition of that word. So it's letting you know what kind of word that it is referring to. Servile.
Servile. I think the first definition is having or showing an excessive willingness to serve or please others.
So now that's not the one that's straight to the point. But if you are serving someone else, what would that be? If I serve someone else, like if I go to like a job and I go into like and if I clock into a machine, that is your job. And what do? You please other people. But that's not the best one. And you got the other one.
Definition 2, of or characteristic, a slave or slaves.
Or slave. So now, when you work, whether you like it or not, you are a slave. You're working for someone else. That's what in the I.S.U.P.K we call jobs a what?
Slavery.
Yeah, because that's exactly what it is. You're working half for someone and just getting paid less than, you know what I mean? Less than you would in life. So that is a slave right there. So the work is talking about your job. So you know what I mean? You can be a carpenter 6 days of the week, but on the holiday, on a holy convocation, don't work. You know what I mean? If you got to phone in and you know what I mean? I'm sick, or you get that, or you find out when are the holidays, and then you get that working the day up. But read on Leviticus 23 and
it shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
Yeah, so it should be a statute in all of our dwellings. So wherever we are, whether in Jamaica, England, France, Holland, wherever we are, that's a statute that we have to keep. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You got some fake Israelites that teach, well, you can only keep the holidays if you're in the land. And yet the Bible says it should be a statute throughout all your habitation. A habitation is a dwelling place. And right now, England is a habitation. We are right here, you know what I mean? So this would be our habitation till Christ returns and we're back in the land. But until that time, this is a habitation right here. So yes, we will be keeping the Feast of First Fruits right here too. Read on.
And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not clean riddance of the corners.
All right. So yeah, that's talking about, you know, the first fruits, you know what I mean, the wheat and all that. But that's also a law, but that's going to something else. What time?
55.
All right, let's repeat. When it said a holy convocation, you know, some people keep they believe they're keeping the holy days by themselves. What's the one? not forsaking gathering yourselves together. Hebrews 10 something.
Okay. Not forsaking the assembly.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Hebrews 10. Hebrews 10:25. Not forsaking the assembling of yourselves together.
And that's key. So, you know what I mean? The same way people do it now, where they like to, believe they can keep holidays by themselves, they can do it all by themselves. For Paul to have to write this means what? People doing it back then too. He's saying not for aching the assembly of gathering yourself. So even back then, you had some people, hey, it's the Passover. Oh, that's all right. I'll just stay in my house. It's a feast of first fruits. Oh, it's fine. I'll just stay in my house. You know what I mean? He had to write it for even people that was alive back then too. You read that?
As the manner of some is.
As the manner of what?
Some is.
So there's some people, that's how they are. They like to, on holidays, keep to themselves, you know what I mean? And that's not how it's meant to be. It's a law, a holy convocation means a holy gathering. So if you're by yourself, then you ain't keeping the Passover, you ain't keeping the feast of first fruits, you ain't keeping the feast of trumpets and whatever other holidays that we have. Why? Because the Bible says you're meant to be gathered. So that's the class. I believe everyone understands it. Just took time and went through it. So with that, we're going to get to the announcements and the prayers as well.
Okay, I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohanna. Rule for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will call each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you.
Remember that 10%, you know what I mean? We're not asking for everything. 10% is just a little. You got £100, £10 would just be 10%. And the Bible says, he that reaps severely, he shall get back severely. So you only get from the Lord what you hand out. Read on.
Give to the Treasury Department or the teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Feast of first fruits.
Feast of first fruits. Or Akram, check I.S.U.P.K social media. If anyone wants to be trooping in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and headscarf. And with that, rise and face the east. The Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayat, Shamkar, Yahweh. Okay. Malakwa, Daba'a, Ratazaka, Hayat, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayat, Bashamayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawam, what's the Laknawa, Kabawaknawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawaknawa, Wala'a, Dabayainawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashainawa, Mayan, Right, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Waha'apara, La I will love you, Aman.
And in English, Our Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
in earth as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debt.
And forgive us our debt.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation.
Into temptation.
But deliver us.
But deliver us
from evil.
From evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever. So be it.
So be it. And the prayer for the Hakah, the power. Yahweh. Hashem. Yahweh Shai. Baruch Shah. The thunder Noah. Hakah. Lara Fa'ah. Kal Makalah. The Kal Madawa. Hakah. La Tahar. Hamad Tazarayan. Hakah. La Hakwiyah. Hamafiyah. Hakah. Arukawa. Hatama Allah. The Garashan. Hashem Yahweh Shai. Wada Aman.
And in the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Please give us the
power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you. So be it.
So be it. And the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh. Wa Yahweh Shai. Wa Mayaka Allah. Wa Alahayim. Bataz Abiyah. Allah Wap Yahanna. Ha Allah Wapyam. Ha Saranyam. Ha Kwatazayanyam. Ha Kaliyanyam. Wa Akwapyam. Yahweh. Wa Hashem Yahweh Shai. To Wala Aman.
And in the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanna.
Commanding General Yohanna.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
In
the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you. So be it.
So be it. And the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh. King of heaven and earth. And all things living. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Listen to us now. Right now. Send evils and curses.
And
punishment and destruction. And death to the heathen. That speak against us. By prophets. The teachers. The princes. The priests. The Israelite brothers. And the school. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. And death to the heathen. And shake loose the pockets. Of the rich of Israel. That refuse to give to the school. Force their riches. To enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses. And punishment and destruction. And death to the Edomites. And the nations. And their drug dealers. The court system. The prison system. Planned Parenthood. All the governments of our enemies. Amalek synagogues and armies. Roman Catholic Church. The Pope. Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Posse Comitazi. The gay movement. The lesbian movement. Spies. Weapons of witchcraft. NASA space program. Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet. And the airways. The cable access channels. And the radio channels. Convict the spirit. Of any of thy people. That seek to stop us. And bring swift death. to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the terrorists, cause them to go to and fro, to the earth and destroy it. Cause the terrorists to come against America and destroy them in their strongholds. Let America shake at the hands of the terrorists. Let Yahweh shine. Michael and Gabriel.
It's like Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers, and kill all the heathen that come up against us, as we speak thy word, cause it to be known by all, that it is the angels that have done it, cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world, cause them to shake at thy coming, in the name of Yahweh. Thank you always, so be it. Bless Israel. Yahweh, Washem Yahushai, Barakanawa, Wayasha'ala, Wahabayah, Sapayah, Barak Hagan, the Gordon family, the Benny family, the George family, the Conley family, all the babies recently born, and Yahweh, and that's it. But Hashem Yahushai, Tuwada Aman, what we just said was, Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school, bless your shield, protect our loved ones, in the name of Jesus, so be it. One curse to the teacher, men of Israel, I imagine Shabbat, I imagine Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatah, Yahweh Class dismissed.